Summer Moon Utah Wells was born on February 4, 2016 to her mother Candus and father Donald Wells. With blonde hair and blue eyes, she was celebrated as the youngest and only little girl in the home, living with her mother, father, and 3 older brothers. The family property, which was located on nearly 11 acres in the hills of rural Tennessee, was really private, and it provided an environment to Summer that allowed her to grow up barefoot and kind of carefree in a way that to many would seem almost unheard of. Her parents describe her as the kind of little girl who would rather play in the dirt and run in the grass than spend time inside. On June 15, 2021, around 6:30 p.m., Summer Wells was reported missing from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County.
110 Ben Hill Road off of Beach Creek should be the first residence on your right, reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Shortly following the awful news, a statewide Amber Alert was issued and search efforts brought dozens of agencies from Tennessee as well as other states to begin searching the area. Crews worked tirelessly to navigate thousands of acres of dangerous, steep, treacherous, overgrown terrain looking for the little girl. With nothing turning up, minds began to wander to other possibilities as to where Summer could be. When asked about the day Summer went missing, Summer's parents claimed that the last time she was seen was in the garden helping her mother and grandmother plant flowers before going inside the home to play with her toys.
You walked into the house?
I walked into here. Get up. I walked in here and them 3 were sitting right here in row with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
Our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now, see?
And then I yelled and I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it'd make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man. Good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot, I know if he can fit, you can.
This... Oh, my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the Savior.
The boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see that.
Yeah, I've been collecting from day one. But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. Well, you can't really get on. I can't get under there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I looked on both sides. I didn't see her nowhere. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know, it's hard on that. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer. Because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for, And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
where
just
she
walks.
come running out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you can see the path
just
here.
go right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
this is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it,
Okay.
and we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
Oh wow.
I gotta lock this.
As the investigation was picking up speed and the public was becoming increasingly aware of the case, Summer's father Donald Wells was very eager to share his opinions and did countless interviews himself.
Well, we really appreciate that outpouring of love, and never seen so many good people in one place. We just really appreciate everybody trying to help that they have, law enforcement and all these volunteers that are here. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Just pray that God, with his awesome power, for his name's sake, will please let Summer be okay and please come home.
Donald not only spoke to the media, he began making countless posts on Facebook, as well as reaching out to YouTubers and participating in hours and hours worth of live streams, as well as recorded interviews, where he would describe at length his newfound faith, his devotion to his church, as well as sharing his own theories as to what he thinks could have happened to Summer.
Well, at first I thought, it's got to be some sicko hillbilly druggie, drug her out in the woods or something, or somebody put her in her car and took her not too far away or whatever like that. But I'm starting to wonder if it isn't some high-end thing. Maybe somebody's seen her on Facebook, because my wife was always posting stuff on Facebook. It could have been, she could be anywhere.
Don was quite adamant that he felt that someone came to the home and took his daughter. In one interview, Don was asked what he thinks should happen to the person who took Summer.
In your heart of hearts, what do you want to happen to the person that did this?
I have to leave it to God, and I know what prison's like. And I have mercy for anybody who's in prison, because you're lucky if you get out of there alive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So would you want to see this person in prison?
I don't know if I could do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No,
It just depends on all the circumstances,
When Donald was asked as to whether or not he thought Summer was still alive, he was open with interviewers about expressing his doubts.
Well, my only plan now is just, no matter what happens, either way, I'm stay in church, be a commandment keeper, and wait for the resurrection day, buddy.
Yeah.
That's all we can all do,
Do you have hope for Summer being found?
Well, I have hope, but, statistically speaking, or looking at it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A tough thing to think about.
Well, yeah, of course. I'd feel for anybody in that position. I'm sure you would too.
Absolutely.
Any kid that's being tortured or hurt in any way, and missing their parents and their good friends in church and stuff like that, just unimaginable what she's going through.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I pray for is for peace for her somehow. I wish she could have got to know Jesus better or something, but she's so young, she don't know what all that stuff means in church,
At the time of her disappearance, Summer's grandmother Candy was also living on the Wells property in a small camper near the house. As the timeline for that day unfolded, it was learned that Grandma Candy had a doctor's appointment early that morning that Candus would drive her to. Summer would tag along to the appointment. They went on to pick up the son of an ex-family friend, run some errands, and even spend a short time at a local swimming hole. While the four of them were out that day, videos were taken of Summer swimming and playing, and Candus posted them to her TikTok account. After doing some shopping and dropping off the family friend, another very short video, really more of a photo, was taken of Summer in the backseat of the vehicle, seemingly propped up on some groceries. This is, in fact, the last image of Summer. People online who were following the case have speculated as to whether or not Summer was all right in these photos, but it should be noted that some professionals in the field have commented that due to the color of her lips, they have no reason to believe anything was necessarily worrying. Discussion about the timeline of these events have swirled into chaos among the online community. One primary reason is due to the presence of the family friend. He was the son of an ex-friend of Candus's, and although his mother and Candus had fallen out, he would continue to spend time with the family. His name was Hunter, and he was in fact a minor. He alleges that on this day, Candus provided him with a can of twisted tea as well as supplies for his vape. No charges were brought forward, but it was enough to make some rather uncomfortable. He insists that after swimming and after shopping, when he was dropped off at home, Summer was in the back seat of the vehicle and showed no signs of anything that would be alarming. While the details of the case were unfolding, Summer's father Donald was spending much of his time online doing interviews. As they continued to become less and less formal, Don would often overshare, even to the extent of retelling decades-old family troubles, including his stepsister Jeannie, accusing him of becoming inappropriate with her when Dawn was a teenager and she was only 5 years old. This allegedly carried on for many years. While Dawn admitted to the story being true, he insisted that she was to blame because she was the one to initiate and he was still a minor himself. Dawn's response to her allegations startled many who were following the case.
You know, when we heard that Summer went missing, that everything came back to her because she was 5 years old at the time it started, and Summer is 5 years old, so she just...
Yeah, she ain't taking no blame on her part, though, what she did.
Yeah, but Donnie, she was 5. How could she take the blame? I mean, a 5-year-old don't even know.
Of course not. She ain't gonna know shit. She ain't gonna take no blame for nothing. She played along with me, Myron. She played the little game. Mm-hmm. She's not innocent.
With the public side-eyeing Donald, the online circus only created more skepticism around Summer, and the interviews Dawn was doing were doing him no favors. To make matters worse, he would often rattle on and on about how Summer favored him, how she adored him over all others, and his amazement at how he had never been loved by someone so much. Considering that Donald had other children, these statements began to make people uneasy.
She had to be by me. She just had to be. She loves me to death. I could say just one harsh word to her and she would break down. I'd have to apologize for it to her 10 times over.
Right.
I mean, it just kills me that she's gone.
And her room was right next door to yours, too.
And we tried to make her sleep in her own bed, and she'd come to me with big tears in her eyes and say, "But Daddy, I want to sleep with you. I want to be with you." And I couldn't say no. I just couldn't.
Was she in school yet?
No, she's going this year.
This was supposed to be her first year.
She's been, we did all the, what?
I took care of everything.
Yeah.
I had her already took on all of her shots and registered in the school ready for this year.
Never expected for anyone to get a hold of my heart like she has, because I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands, and I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything to have her back.
Documents obtained from news outlets showed that back in October of 2020, before Summer went missing, Donald was arrested for a disturbance in the home. It was reported that Candus had told law enforcement officials that Dawn had come home intoxicated and became aggressive after seeing another man in the house. During a struggle, Candus said that she was pushed to the ground and Don was hitting himself in the face. When police arrived, Donald was in the truck and smelled strongly of alcohol. He told police that he had been drinking and had a pistol in his car. He was taken into custody, and the next day, Candus filed an order of protection against him, stating that she was afraid for herself and for her children. With time passing by and seemingly few new leads, things were changing at the Wells house. The chaos surrounding the case on social media was picking up steam. The circus was further fueled by Dawn's antics on social media. On July 24th, Donald confirmed that his 3 sons were removed from the home by CPS. Although the reason for removing the children was never released, much of the public would speculate that the reason for separation was so law enforcement could question the children as to what they saw in the home without interference from the parents.
Yes, Sarah, both Donald Wells and Candus Bly appeared in juvenile court around 1 p.m. earlier this afternoon in Hawkins County. After that appearance, I spoke with them outside, where they both confirmed to me that their children were taken by the Department of Children's Services late last week. After that appearance, Summer's parents were emotional and declined to speak with me on camera. I did ask if they knew why their older children were removed from the home, and Candus told me that she would rather not say and wanted to be clear that Summer's disappearance and DCS's involvement with her other children are separate situations. She also told me that they now have a lawyer but would not share that lawyer's information. Don Wells told me that his older children are safer where they are now, but he did not elaborate or specify how.
Quite interestingly, the Summer Wells case has been strange from the very beginning. Upon word spreading of the little girl being missing, it was discovered that in 2009, Summer's aunt on her mother's side, Rose Marie Bly, was a missing person herself. Her disappearance remains a mystery, and to this day she has never been found.
On August 21, 2009, Rose Bly left her rural Polk County home to visit a cousin in nearby Cushing, Wisconsin. It was the last time her family ever saw her.
The family's hurting. You know, that's why we're here today.
First-year Sheriff Brent Walk is making Bly's case a priority at the 10-year mark. That includes releasing an age progression photo of what Bly would look like now at 31. And then there's this video.
And it's horrible. It's hard to deal with. Very hard to deal with.
The sheriff's office interviewed Bly's mother in a short video distributed to followers on social media.
It's not a good feeling. It's just, I wish I knew where she was.
The sheriff's office has never identified any suspects or any possible motive, but there was one early clue. Just days after she went missing, police found Bly's car here in this public parking lot in Grantsburg, about 30 miles north of where she lived. But still, there was no sign of Bly herself. Investigators at least recovered evidence and DNA from the car in Grantsburg. That town still remembers the case. Bly's children have never known their mother.
This mystery is solvable. We just need to get that vital piece of information.
Danny Spiewak, KARE 11 News.
It has now been nearly 4 months since Summer disappeared. With other cases gaining attention, the case of Summer Wells has not been forgotten. Law enforcement officials reassure the public that although she is yet to be found and no arrests have been made, they are still working hard on the case. If anyone out there has any credible information they think could be helpful in finding Summer or her Aunt Rose, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND.